Hey everyone, how's it going? So last time we did some refactoring, which just allows us to reuse this get post code in multiple places without having to copy it. Now I know you're probably thinking, why did we do that? We just spent all that time making the code arguably more complicated, if you want to think of it like that, only for it to give us the exact same result. Well, like I mentioned last time, this is going to be a much easier way to work with it, because anytime we want to load a post, we can just call this function rather than having to copy out all that again, and you know, make sure you remember to repopulate and make sure you remember to populate each field and stuff. So this would be a much better way, trust me. So let's scroll up, and we're going to use this now, but in our other endpoint, which is right here, this ID one. So paste it in there. Now currently it would just load all the posts. Obviously we don't want to do that. What we want to do is load only this post. So how do we want to filter this? Well, what we're going to do is pass in the ID, of course, and we know the ID of the post we want to look for is this. Now I know we could go and make a separate call using the find by ID instead of find, but it's okay. We're just going to pass in an object with the ID and it will still find it for us. So let me scroll up, and in this part we're going to first take the ID out of here and store it in a variable. So we'll just say var post ID equals rec.params.id, like this. And what we'll do then is pass an object, like a search object, into this function. Now the search object we want to use is going to be the field we want to look for, which will be underscore ID, and then paste that in there. And now this should give us the results as soon as we utilize that, obviously, in the function. So scroll back down to the get posts function, and then we can put this in here as filter, and then just pass in filter there. And then I'll scroll up to the other one we did, the first one, and just make sure we don't break it. So I'll just pass in an empty filter there. Now we will be passing a filter into this one sooner or later, so I'm fine just sticking that in there for now, because like I said, we'll come back and change that shortly. But let's give that a try now. I will kill the server and restart it, and I've got an error. Awesome. Let's see what it says. Okay, so yeah, we're just using the await keyword here, and this is not an async function yet, so let's just make it an async function. Okay, try again. Alright, no errors, great. Now we refresh the page and log in, and what do we get? Okay, great, they've still loaded, so nothing's changed there. Wait, what did I even do? I don't remember what I changed. Oh yeah, we're checking that it's giving us one thing. And to be fair, I didn't log this, so I don't know if we're going to be able to tell or not. No, we're definitely not going to be, because we're not doing anything with the result. So that's my mistake. So what I mean is we're not doing anything with the result that it gives us, so we can't verify that it worked. So I need to actually log this first, console.log results, and just see if we're actually getting anything. So let's refresh this. Oh, I need to restart the server, actually. Restart the server, refresh the page, and let's have a look. So in the console, oh, I don't want to put anything in the console yet. I will click this. Okay, so what do we get? Alright, we get a post. Look at that. Well, that actually worked. I wasn't expecting that to work. So you can see that we've got an array, though. So this has given us an array of posts, which means if we want to use it, we'd have to access results at position 0 first. And we know that when we're accessing a post by ID, we know there's only going to be one result. So we can just underneath that, just say results equals results at position 0, because we know that it's only going to contain one result. The reason we have to do this is because we're using find in here. The query is find. Now, let's say we were writing this function and we knew there would only ever be one result. We could say find one like this, and that would then extract it from the array because it knows there's only one result. Whereas currently we're using find because we're reusing this in other places where there will be a list. And so it returns it as an array, even if there's only one item. So what we're going to do is when we're using find to find a single item, we're just going to hard code it and say just take the first one, because 0 gives us the first position in the array. Okay, so now if I refresh this, I've got rid of that log as well. I don't think we need that yet. So let's restart that and check that it works. So okay, I'm refreshing the page. Did I don't remember logging in. Did I do that? Okay, I'll try. There you go. So we get what we need. We have the post now. So what we can do with that now is just take it and output it on the modal.